I am on planet paradise, the land of beautiful beaches, kind people, and unlimited mangoes. Like, it cannot get better than this, except for the water situation. So if you're planning a trip to Thailand and you do not want to be toxicated, then this video is for you, because I will be navigating you through all of the steps and all the things that you need to be careful when it comes to the water in Thailand, because it doesn't just end by buying bottled water. Water is everywhere. It's not only about the tap water that's coming out of your kitchen faucet. It's the water that you shower with. It's the water that you do laundry with. It's the water you wash your vegetables and fruits with. So only buying bottled water and drinking from that is not going to cut it. And since the situation in Thailand is a little bit more complicated, and that's one thing I covered in the other video, which I will link above, I will walk you through all the steps that you need to take care of and how to know if the water is good or not. Tip number 1, bottled water. Do not fall for the label of drinking water, because drinking water might be different for each person. Do look for a filtration method. The thing that you're looking for is RO, reverse osmosis filtration. If it's combined with UV or if it's combined with ozone, even better. That's a really reliable bottling water that you can have. Another thing is spring water. Spring waters also have very high standards to be able to put that label on. So there's another thing that you can opt for. If you're going to like hotels and restaurants, they are going to have like just bottles that with their brand and it says drinking water. I'm not saying don't trust these, just please be sure to ask what type of filtration it's gone through. Look for any sort of certifications, maybe like an NSF certification or something that is on the bottle. Look for a label, something that kind of like shows you that this has been monitored and tested and standardized, rather than just like drinking water. And number 2, water dispensers. Can you actually trust those? You're going to be seeing these a lot around Thailand. I did a full-on episode and deep dive of how to choose the ones, whether to trust it or not, and how to actually test the water, and I'm going to link it here above. But long story short, not all of them are the same, not all of them have the same types of filtration, and not all of them are properly maintained. And if it's not properly maintained, then chances are the water is not going to be as good. So be careful and be mindful and watch this video. You'll thank me later. Number 3, always carry with you a water bottle that has a filter in it. Yes, that's a thing. The water bottles can have filters. So for example, the one that I'm using a lot lately is this one by Luminor. Basically, it's a water filter that has a LED light in it, a UV, that kills effectively the bacteria that is found in the water. Well, I know that there's more things than just bacteria in the water. That's why I mentioned that I do make sure that the source of water is good, and then this just adds another layer of protection to the water that I'm already consuming. Other than this one, you do have a lot of other types of filters, like gravity lead filters that I'm going to be linking also above. These are also effective, but again, you really want to know what is the water source, and depending on that, choose the filter that is best fit for you. So tip number 4, ice cubes. Yes, ice cubes. Let's not forget that ice cubes is basically frozen water. So is the water that they're using initially actually filtered water or not? So whenever you're looking, you do want to look out for 2 things. Number 1, the shape of the ice, if it's not crushed or it's not like a homemade tray. And number 2, if it's transparent. If it's transparent, that means that it's reverse osmosis ice. So you don't want it to look cloudy or, like it has some things in it. If it's completely transparent, that means most probably it's RO water ice. And tip number 5, coffee. Coffee is mainly made of water, so you do want to have reverse osmosis water. Again, I cannot stress this enough. The best thing you can do is just ask for it, or just like go have a look if there's a reverse osmosis system. This is what a reverse osmosis system looks like. Not a 3-stage one, not a 4-stage one. It has to be reverse osmosis system. Tip number 6, and this is actually an interesting one because I've been using this quite often on the beach. Whenever I'm on the beach and I don't want to buy plastic bottles, or I can't find one bottle that I actually trust, I actually go for coconut water. Yes, you heard me. Coconut water. Coconut water actually has all sorts of really healthy electrolytes and minerals in it that your body needs. So especially on a beach day where it's warm, hot, you sweat a lot, and you lost a lot of electrolytes, it would be a good idea to go for coconut water, which will be refreshing and very delicious. And finally, tip number 7, if you're staying here for over a month, I would highly recommend you get a real filter. If your apartment or hotel is not already providing filtered water, then this might be something interesting that you can look into. Number 1 for drinking, and number 2 for showering. So for drinking, again, I'm going to go for reverse osmosis system. Maybe you can negotiate with them and say like maybe you want to pay for half the price and they can pay for half of it, because anyways you're going to be paying a lot for water if you're not going for the dispensers option. This way you'll have reliable water at all times with you. You won't have to worry about like buying water or getting it from somewhere, transporting it home, and so on and so forth. Plus you'll be using a lot less plastic, which is good for you and the environment. And as for shower head filters, I actually ordered two on Lazada, which is a platform where they're buying stuff here. I got the cheapest one and one a little bit more expensive. So the cheap one is not something that I would use. I just wanted to show you. It looks like this, and this basically only removes rust or some residue or sand or dust from the water. But really, this is not going to be making a big drastic change to your skin and hair if that's one thing you're worried about. As opposed to carbon filter, which is the one I'm actually using, this will remove chlorine from the water and some VOCs. Chlorine does have a drying effect on the body, so this will remove it. If you're also living in an area where the water is a little hard, then you might want to go for carbon plus resin options. Resin will reduce the hardness, therefore you will not have some mineral residue on your skin. So keep in mind that there are a lot of options, a lot of combinations for water filters. So you do want to be specific on what you want to get. There is a lot of options out there. You can check them in DIY stores or online. So if you want, I can do more of a deep down of the brands and which one to get and how to know which one is good for you. Because for example, for me, wherever I'm staying, I have soft water, therefore I don't need resin in my filter. This is only carbon that's removing chlorine from the water. And finally, if you are living here and you bought an apartment, you do want to look for a full house filtration. If you have hard water, then get a water softener. A lot of places in Phuket have iron in the water, and iron leaves stains like this, which is not nice to see. And eventually, the minerals and iron ruin the quality of your appliances at home, whether it's your washing machine or dishwasher or basically anything that the water could go through. So this is something you want to consider. This is a long-term investment, and why not have an extra layer of protection for your water and skin? And while it's true that I've been using this filter ever since I got here, but it does not change the fact that my skin is still dry and rusty and it feels not soft, let's say. So it's important to say that water is not going to be the only factor affecting your skin. It could be the sun, it could be the pool, or it could be ACs, the sea. A lot of things can affect your body. So a few things that I've been doing to keep my skin hydrated is, first of all, wearing sunscreen. Sunscreen is really important for the skin because the sun can really damage the skin. Number two, I've been using a lot of moisturizers, and not just your go-to basic moisturizer. Make it maybe serum based or very heavy creamed, maybe shea butter or something like this, or maybe even coconut oil. These sort of things really help me. And for the hair, also I've been using a lot of coconut oil. I've been doing hair masks just to keep my hair really soft. And another alternative that I found was natural and actually really helped a lot is aloe vera leaves. If you actually can find a natural one, that is even better. Just put that on the skin and it hydrates and it just gives that glowing effect. Another small tip that I want to add, since our bodies are not immune to this sort of water, I would highly recommend you being extra cautious with water. So anything in contact. For example, if you're brushing your teeth, then do consider brushing it with, clean water. If you're washing your fruits and vegetables, again, do consider washing with the clean water. Or if you're taking a shower and you just want to your water, don't put that water in your mouth. Better not to do that and just have a normal regular water when you're just out of the shower. So some tips with electrolytes, what I do is, for example, when I'm eating watermelon, I put some salt in it, or I drink a lot of coconut water, or I go for, high mineralized food like nuts or orange or dairy products even. So just be sure to always hydrate, to always keep that electrolyte going on the flow, because it's hot weather, you're going to be sweating a lot, so you do want to stay hydrated at all times. So I want to conclude this video by saying that the tap water in Thailand is actually standardized according to WHO standards. So whenever the water is leaving the treatment plant, it's just really good. But whenever it's making that trajectory and getting all the way to your place and your faucet, then this is when the problems are happening, or if they're going into water tanks. So this is where, a lot of things are getting a little like this and this. So this brings me to a question. Would you die if you drink the tap water in Thailand? I actually did a full-on video. I'll link it here above. And if you learned anything in this video, please subscribe, like this video, and follow my watery content.